Okay, we're on record. Good evening and welcome to the meeting of the Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills Board of Adjustment. It is Wednesday, June 17, 2026, and it is 7:30 p.m. Announcement is made that adequate notice of this meeting has been given and that it is being conducted in accordance with NJSA 10:4-6 of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act. Roll call. Ms. DeCrose.
Here.
Mr. Jaskowitz.
Here.
Mr. Massarella.
Present.
Mr. Modi.
Present.
Mr. Parsippany.
Here.
Chairwoman Graniani.
Present.
We have our board planner, Mr. Chadwick.
Present.
Our board engineer, Mr. Romanowitz.
Here.
And our board attorney, Mr. Johnson.
Present.
Would you please stand and join the board for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on something other than what is on our agenda for this evening? I see none. Nora, correspondence, please?
So we've received correspondence from Mr. Janney requesting an opportunity to appear before the board regarding application 2613 with respect to the proposed walk-up stairs. Everyone has a copy of the letter in your pack. It was emailed to you. And we're here to make a decision if we're going to...
So if you recall, you imposed a condition on Mr. Janney's application that he amend his plans to remove the walk-up stairs to the attic and instead install pull-down stairs to the attic. You have not adopted that resolution, so Mr. Janney has asked for you to reconsider that condition. So if you wish to potentially reconsider that decision, you wouldn't be making that decision tonight. You would be inviting Mr. Janney to come back at a later meeting in which you'll have to provide notice for you to potentially hear Mr. Janney's concerns and decide whether you want to eliminate that condition or not. So that's the only thing you're being asked tonight, is whether you want to invite Mr. Janney back to revisit that condition.
So I guess my question would be, by writing this letter, is he setting us up, or the potential to set us up, that if he accidentally falls or gets hurt, that he could, are we liable in any way?
No, you wouldn't be liable.
Okay. Then I don't know.
He's just asking you to reconsider that part of the condition.
But he accepted, right?
No, he did not. You imposed that as a condition of approval.
Right, I remember that.
I don't think I need to revisit that, me personally, unless someone else has a reason to. I think we're concerned about it becoming a multi-family unit, and that's the way we're preventing that.
And he mentioned that also,
Yeah,
that
he slipped.
they are planning to make a play area or something?
Yes, he was.
So he mentioned that?
Yes.
Yes.
He said something about it making it a living space, and
Correct.
that's partially why we said what we said, I think.
However, the zoning officer saw the plans and did not find an issue, and if she felt it was an issue, it would have been brought up and it would have had to be addressed at her level of review.
Yeah, I guess that was my question too, because it is, where he states here, it's not identified as a variance item. So, I mean, is that,
And you,
is that for us something that,
it's not a variance. He didn't need a variance for that. In prior applications, the board has permitted walk-up attics. You have added things to the resolution to prohibit them being used as living spaces, et cetera, and you've also had them shrunk in other applications in terms of the size of those spaces. And I'm not suggesting one way or another how you should decide this, but you have permitted it in other applications.
I mean, maybe that's
Was
one of the ways
attic,
we,
limited to on the sides, wasn't it?
But just
Not
keep
for
in
this
mind,
one.
you're not deciding that issue tonight.
No,
Right,
I
right,
know,
right.
You're only
but
deciding
I'm trying to
whether
remember if there was
he should come
an
back.
issue.
He's asking for a circular staircase. That's what he originally
So,
wanted.
Right
and when
now,
you're asking for a
non-cir-
circular staircase, that goes against the premise for it being tough to get up there. a circular staircase is the toughest way to get upstairs.
But
That's not-
here's my concern right now.
Go ahead.
You're kind of debating
Right,
this
right, right.
now
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
not what we're here for.
with,
Right.
Okay.
So we let them come back and then we can
The
debate
question-
I
that?
think we should let him come back.
Okay.
The question is, do we want the gentleman to come back
Yes.
and state his case? He has
Yes.
to renotice.
Yep.
And we will hear
I
what he
think,
has to
I
say.
think it's fair of us to listen, and then we have
I
our
think so,
questions
too.
and our feelings on it. We can also impose different requirements at that point.
Right.
All in favor?
I,
all right, so give him a date, Nora, and then he's got to renotice.
Sounds good.
Right, we'll move on to the only resolution, application 2567 flagship. Those who can vote are DeCros, Jaskowitz, Mozzarella, Modi, Parsippany, and by the way, Reddy is here, for the record. Reddy can vote, and Grignani. Can I have a motion?
so moved.
Second.
DeCros,
Yes.
Jaskowitz,
Yes.
Mozzarella,
Yes.
Modi,
Yes.
Parsippany,
Yes.
Reddy,
Yes.
Grignani.
Yes. Application 26:21, Elvis Bozinski, 87 Ball Avenue, Block 716, Lot 2, Zone R3. A C variance to construct a new, single-family dwelling, contrary to Section 430-35, columns 2, 3, and 10. Mr. Bozinski?
Hi,
Sonia Bazoska, Elvis Bazoski's wife. We're looking to build,
Hold on a second. Okay, can you raise your right hands, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? State your name and spell your last name, beginning with you.
Sonia Bazoska, Bozoska.
Okay, you can have a seat once you...
Elvis Bozoski, Elvis Bozoski.
You can have a seat. And you have someone here with you?
This is Alex.
Can you identify yourself for the record?
I'm the architect and engineer for the applicant.
Okay, great.
your name?
Raise your right hand, please.
Alexander Petresky, 14 Carl Place, Canal, New Jersey.
Swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Licensed architect in New Jersey?
Yes,
License is in good standing?
yes,
Testified before boards?
yes.
And how many prior occasions?
4 or 5 prior occasions. I'm most frequently on the other side of the dais as the board engineer.
And where are you the board engineer?
I make appearances at the Borough of Lincoln Park, the Borough of Butler, and the Borough of Kinlaw.
Okay, you've been qualified as an expert on prior occasions?
Yes, I have.
You're qualified.
All right, can you spell your last name for me?
Petresky, spelled Petreski.
Okay, so do one of the two of you want to start, and then we can have the testimony from your architect? You tell us.
We're just looking to construct our forever home on 87 Wall Ave. I've lived in Parsippany in that area where I've lived straight over from Walker's Ave my whole life, so 34 years, and my parents have been in town for about 40. Children are a part of the school system, and we just want to build our forever home, get out of my parents' house, and continue our lives.
For the record, Sandra Nagler is here.
Okay. Sir, do you have anything to add?
Pretty much that's it. Just trying to build a house so the girls, they have own space because now we share 1 bathroom. We basically live in the 3-bedroom house, 6 people, not easy.
Okay. Mr. Petresky, why don't you walk the board through what the plans are?
Sure. So 87 Ball Avenue, it's known as Block 716, Lot 2. It's located in the R3 zone. The R3 zone has a minimum lot area of 15,000 square feet and a minimum lot frontage of 120 feet. Subject property is undersized. It has a lot area of 10,000 square feet and a lot frontage of 80 feet. So it's about 5,000 square feet undersized for the lot, for the zone. If you look at the tax map, most of the properties in this zone are conforming. They have 120 feet of frontage and 125 feet of depth, yielding 15,000 square feet. The properties at intersecting streets, such as Condit Street, have unusual shapes. I guess that was when there was a taking it created these unusually shaped lots, one of those being the adjacent property with facing Condit Street, known as Lot 1. And we created an undersized lot here, which is our lot, which is only 80 feet wide. The resident, as a result of the undersized, well, let me just talk about what we're proposing to construct.
So I take it that the lots on either side are both developed?
Yes. So we're proposing to knock down the existing one-story Cape Cod residence constructed sometime in the 1930s to the 1950s and create a new construction, essentially modern farmhouse residence with a living area of 2,650 square feet. So the average new home in the United States in 2024 was 2,400 square feet, and the proposed residence is 2,650 square feet. So right in line with what a new single-family dwelling in the United States is. We're essentially replacing what was the standard American home in 1930 or 1940 with what is the standard American home in 2026. As a part of our application, we're proposing.
The drawings that you're referring to now, were they part of your package that was submitted?
Yes, they are. There's been no modifications. We're proposing a full basement, except for underneath the garage. That basement has a floor area of 1,100 square feet. A first floor has a living room, dining room, and kitchen, an eating kitchen. Has a front foyer, a bathroom, a full bathroom, and an office space.
Is there a separate entrance from the outside to the basement?
No. The basement is only accessible by the door next in the kitchen, so there is no separate entrance to it. The garage is a front-loaded garage, to what we consider one and a half car garage. It is that size as Elvis is a contractor. He needs a larger garage to keep his tools and hopefully his truck, if his tools allow it.
It's not been allowed.
So hence the front-loaded garage. Many of the houses in this neighborhood have side-loaded garages. It's not going to be an option at this property considering its width. So, there is the visual penalty of having a front-facing garage, but I feel that there isn't an alternative on this property for a side-loaded garage. The size is the size in order to accommodate Elvis and keep his tools and his material inside the house and not outside on the street. In addition, on the first floor, we're proposing a patio area, a rear covered patio about 13 feet by, I think, 24 feet. It gives them a nice seating area to host guests. Elvis is a smoker, so he does like to enjoy a cigarette every once in a while. He likes the privacy of his backyard. So he'd like to have a covered space that he can go out there even when it's raining and get away from his daughters. And his wife. No,
joke. That covered space, is that the variance issue or not?
We would still have the variance even without the patio space.
Okay.
Going on to the second floor. The second floor has an owner's suite for Elvis and Sonia with an ensuite bathroom and 2 walk-in closets, fairly standard for an American home. There's 2 bedrooms located over the garage for both their daughters, a full bathroom for their daughters, a second floor laundry room, which my wife wished we had, and an office, and a second floor office for Sonia. She's a kitchen designer, and that's actually how I met Sonia. She designed a kitchen for me, and so she does work from home on occasion. She needs that office space. The attic, since I noticed that was the subject of talking about previously, is only be accessible with a hatch. So there's not going to be any sort of access to the attic other than a hatch.
So just pull downstairs?
Pull downstairs, yes. The front, visually for the front of the house, as I talked about, is essentially the modern farmhouse with the front entry door located to the left of the residence. There's a small porch just so keep all your deliveries covered, and if anyone rings the doorbell, they're covered. So it's a very minimal front porch, but essentially just keeps everyone dry and anything being delivered dry. Other than that, that's the extent of the architectural drawings. The house is no wider than any of the other houses located in the neighborhood. We're not triggering any side yard setbacks. Essentially, the coverages, we're over on the impervious coverages, but from the front, you will never tell that this house is oversized for the lot, because there's more about depth than width. So there's additional depth here that you're not going to see. One other thing to note is that we're still under on total impervious coverage. Total impervious coverage is 30%, where we're at just under 29.7%. We are over on maximum percent lot coverage by buildings, which is 22%, 20.2%, where 15% is permitted. As part of knocking down this home, we are eliminating one existing non-conforming condition, which was the existing front yard setback of the existing residence. That was previously 35 feet, and now the proposed front yard setback is 40.5. So we're increasing the front yard setback by 5.5 feet, and essentially we'll be lining up the front of our house with the adjacent property.
If the lot wasn't undersized, would you still need a building coverage variance?
No.
So if the lot was...
And you saw the engineer's letter and you're good with
Yes, I'm also an engineer, so I produced a stormwater infiltration basin for the project. It is located on, you can look on grading plan C2. It's designed for 3 inches of impervious cover for the increase in impervious area. It has, the engineer deemed it to be acceptable. There's a few comments there, and we'll address his comments, basically. I'll keep that simple.
Those plans were filed as part of the application?
Yes.
Okay.
And he also indicates that he thinks you will need a major soil movement permit.
Yes, Elvis made an application.
And the tree also?
tree removal.
Tree removal, we also did that, if that's in the township in.
Great.
He mentioned that it may be required if it is required, because the trees that are being cut down are actually landscape trees that the homeowner planted adjacent to the business. Now, depending on how your ordinance is written, whatever the minimum caliper size is for doing tree removal, most towns is 6 inches. These certainly don't have a 6-inch caliper. So.
That's the township rule.
Yeah.
At first time.
Yeah. So, yeah, essentially it's just an awkward lot. It's the quintessential C1 variance. Sorry, apologies. Yeah, it's a quintessential C1 variance. This house, if this was a conforming lot, we wouldn't need any variances. The house is totally in line with the character of the neighborhood. It will look absolutely in place. Actually, the house across the street is very similar. It has a front mass. It's not necessarily the garage, but it still has it. So, and then we're also introducing stormwater to offset for the additional impervious coverage. I think that's the end of my testimony. If anyone have any questions, I'd be glad to ask.
And you're willing to comply with all the recommendations of the May 29th, 2026 memo from the township engineer?
Yes.
Are there any questions from the board?
Nope.
No.
Any questions from the audience on the application that we heard and the testimony that we heard from this engineer? Hear none, see none. Would one of my board members like to make a recommendation to approve the applicant?
Sure, this makes total sense. We have lifelong residents that want to stay in town. Probably better for everybody if they move out of their parents' house. It's worse.
Oh. You go over there and smoke.
Right. You're going to agree to do whatever was asked of you with the engineering. House is going to fit in the neighborhood. I'll be voting for it.
Go for it, buddy.
Someone frame?
Application number 26:21, Elvis Bozowski, 87 Ball Avenue, Block 716, Lot 2, Zone R-P, to issue or grant a C variance to construct a new single-family dwelling contrary to section 430-35, column 2, 3, and 10, and in compliance with the engineer's report and whatever we discussed.
Second to Cruz.
Berkowitz? Oh, he's not here. DeCruz,
Yes.
Jaskowitz,
Yes.
Mazzarella,
Yes.
Modie,
Yes.
Neglia,
Yes.
Parsippany,
Yes.
Ready,
Yes.
Grignani.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank
You'll
you.
be receiving
Thank you.
the
Good luck,
notice,
guys.
and at that time, you'll get your permits.
Small suggestion, if you could try quit smoking.
Try once I failed, so.
Maybe now.
Maybe now.
Keep trying.
Yeah.
Lots of luck.
Thank you.
Application 2556, Michael Katus, 11 Warrior Way, Block 626, Lot 10-5, Zone R3, a C variance to construct a detached garage with driveway expansion, contrary to Section 430-35, columns 10 and 13. This application was carried from April 22nd, 2026. Are the applicants here?
Doesn't appear that
No,
he's here. I
doesn't
would
appear.
like to suggest that you read this till the end of the meeting, and we'll see if
Okay,
anybody shows
will
up,
do.
and we'll dispose of it at that time.
Okay. Application 26:11, Patel, 19 Belleville Road, Block 242, Lot 6, Zone R4. A C variance to construct a new, single-family dwelling, covered porch, shed, an open deck, and stairs, contrary to Section 430-10, C, Section 430-10, and Section 430-35, Column 10. Mr. Patel?
Mr. Shepherd?
Oh, Mr. Shepherd.
Yes, surprise,
Surprised if I picked up my head and Mr. Patel was not here.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to see you all again.
Okay,
In a smaller setting. For the record's purpose, my name is Stephen Shepis. I'm the attorney for Mr. and Mrs. Patel, who are seated here to my right. If I may be seated.
please.
Chair Lady properly announced what the nature of the application is. Mr. and Mrs. Patel presently live at 18 Orston Road, and they purchased a house around the corner from them. It's kind of an undersized house, it's about 1,100 square foot, it's a ranch. And the tax records that were next to the application show that the house was built in 1940, and it's outlived its useful life. So what Mr. and Mrs. Patel would like to do is demolish the existing house and build what's the classic Cape Cod style house. Most of the living space will be on the first floor, 2 bedrooms on the first floor, living room, dining room, kitchen, nothing ostentatious. Next to the application at the very end is a colored rendering of the house. You can all see that, we'll attach to our application. So it's a neat little Cape Cod, a couple of dormers up on the top. It's a vast improvement from what exists on the property today, which is, it's the
Mr.
last page.
Shepherd, is that part of our
Yes, it's the
paperwork?
last page on the application.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so we had the architect do this rendering so that we can get a flavor for what's proposed. The necessity for being here this evening is the required variances. We're looking for building coverage variances. The lot is a compliant lot. It's 6,000 square foot in this R4 zone, which requires 6,000 square feet. It's otherwise compliant with the ordinance. The house as it exists today is out of compliance with regard to side yard and front yard setback. And we're proposing to make the house, the new house, comport with all of the bulk standards except for the building coverage. So without further delay, I'm going to introduce the project engineer, who's also a licensed professional planner. He's provided testimony to this board in the past on similar applications in both of those licensed professions. So I'd ask that Mr. Matarazzo, who's seated to my right, would rise, be sworn, and then briefly state his credentials for the record.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
State your name, spell your last name, please.
Frank Matarazzo, Matarazzo.
Thank you.
Mr. Matarazzo, I've introduced you as a licensed professional engineer and a licensed professional planner. Am I correct in that assertion?
Yes,
Okay, and your licenses are in good standing,
yes,
and you've been accepted by this board in the past in that capacity?
yes, I have.
Okay, so I'd ask the board to accept Mr. Matarazzo as a licensed PE and PP.
He is acceptable.
Okay, very good. Mr. Matarazzo, why don't you walk us through your plan, tell us what's on the property today, what it is the hotels would like to do, and then the necessity for the variance.
Sure. So the
And ultimately, the justification for the variance.
So the property is located on the westerly side of Belleville Road. It's located between Olston Road and Bound Brook Road.
Can you pull the microphone closer to you?
It's a conforming lot in the R4 zone, 60 feet wide by 100 feet deep. There's currently a one-story dwelling. Now, can I mark this exhibit?
It's part of the package, but you colorized it, right? So let's mark it A1 with today's date, please.
I would point out too that next to the application are photographs of the existing home. There's also an aerial photograph provided by Google Earth.
Okay, so the colored drawing on the left side is the existing conditions, where it shows there's a single-family dwelling, patio in the rear, a shed is located in the right rear corner, and a driveway on the right-hand side. It's a one-story building, and currently there's no garage, just a driveway. The drawing on the right side is the proposed conditions, and you can see we have the proposed new house. The old house will be demolished and construct a new one-story Cape Cod type structure. And we're going to move the driveway to the left side. Again, there's no garage proposed, and the existing shed in the rear is to remain. And we're proposing a new deck off the back right corner of the house. That's the gist of what's proposed. Currently, the existing lot does not, the existing house has existing setback variances on the side yard and the front yard. And the proposed new dwelling will conform with all the side yard setback requirements, front yard, rear yard, et cetera, as well as impervious coverage. Okay, the only variance we are seeking is for building coverage, where 20% is proposed, and we had originally proposed 25.73%, as well as the combined building and deck coverage, which 24% is allowable as a maximum. We were originally proposing 28.32%. I say originally because when we submitted this application, since we submitted this application, there was a slight modification to an entrance on the building. So there's now proposed an entryway, a covered entryway on the left side of the proposed building. Let me just show you where it is. Right here.
Is that on the plans that we have?
Yes. It's on the architectural plans that you have. And that covered stairway amounts to 13 square feet.
So does that increase the numbers?
That increases the building coverage number.
What does it increase it to?
It increases it to 25.95%, where originally we had 25.73.
So a quarter of percent, less than 40, yeah.
Yeah. And then with the combined building and deck coverage, that gets increased to 28.53 versus originally proposed at 28.32.
Frank, what are these in square footages? What's the square footage that's proposed in the house and then the deck?
Go up there. Okay, so the proposed house is 1,424 square feet, and the front porch is 24 square feet, and the side entranceway is 13 square feet.
I have 2461. Does that sound right?
I'm sorry, what's it, for proposed building coverage?
Yes.
1544.
Oh, 50, I'm sorry.
1544 plus the 13, which would be 1556 square feet. That includes the house, the porches, and the shed.
The shed is included in the building coverage calculation.
Yes.
and that's 25.73%. Correct?
Currently, it's 25.95% with the addition of that covered entrance on the side.
The drawing you have, it shows 25.73%. That's the
Yes.
old one?
That's the old one. Right,
So that building coverage includes the roof over that left side door.
the 25.95, yes.
Now, the architectural rendering shows a covered entry and a staircase for that door, where the site plan shows a ramp, which are we,
Right, that ramp is gonna be removed, and it's gonna be just the steps,
and that's on the architectural plan?
yes.
And you're proposing that the shed stay in its current location?
Yes,
And you need a variance for that?
correct.
Why does the shed need to stay in its current location?
I'm sorry?
Why does the shed need to stay in its current location?
It's just the preference of the owner.
Is it on concrete, or is it just sitting on sand or gravel or something?
That's a good question. No, it does not have a concrete floor.
Can I ask the reason for the change from the ramp to the steps? Was there a original reason for the ramp, or?
Mr. Patel indicates he wants steps.
Okay, I didn't know if there was a reason for the original ramp. And the purpose of having two entrances is just in case you want to feel like going around the side? I don't know. The basement's there. No, I'm waiting.
It's basically
There's one in the
for,
back too, but
basically for a mudroom type of thing, mudroom entrance.
I'm good.
The shed is in good condition?
Shed's in good condition that you want to keep? Yeah, yes it is.
Have you looked at the engineering memo from April
didn't see it.
15th, 2026?
You got a memo?
We haven't gotten
it. Any surprises in there?
Well, there's a couple things you probably should be aware of.
Yeah,
All right, let's see what you got.
they haven't received it, did they say?
Apparently not. I
David,
have another copy.
All right, great. Now what you got.
That's it. Yeah. Take a few minutes and take a look at that. Didn't seem like there was anything too onerous on that.
major soil permit. Did you see page 10? Did you see this thing?
He said there's a full, yeah, did he say there's a
I know you.
Yeah.
You guys see anything that's a problem?
Not required.
Just item number 4. It states, it appears the volume of soil to be removed will be approximately 150 cubic yards. a major soil moving permit is required, and we suggest it be included with this application before the board.
I take it you haven't made that application?
No.
Understood. And do you think that that's an accurate number, 150 cubic yards?
It actually seems quite high. I mean, we're just knocking an existing house down and putting a new one in its place.
Well, you could make a condition of if a major soil moving permit is required to make that application.
Is that administrative?
It comes here, I think, at that number. Right, Tom? It comes here for that 150?
There's a trigger that it comes to here.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact number, but the report says, it's saying that 150 will trigger the major, so if that's correct, then they have to come back here.
The existing property has a basement?
Yeah, the basement. Crawl space type of basement.
Okay, and then the new proposed plan will have
We'll
a
have
full
a full
basement?
basement.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
probably,
means you are gonna...
that's probably the volume right
That's
there.
that's probably where it comes out of.
Exactly.
And again, the plans right now, there's some changes required to get the architecturally engineers' plans to coordinate, so they, there's still revisions to be made if they've got to come back for the soil.
Is that one big room, or will it be, looking at the plan, it just shows one big open finished basement, that's how it's gonna be?
Correct. And I just
So if we make it conditional, like, we can move on with that?
Yeah,
If it's required, they have to come back here.
They have to come back.
If that number is correct.
Sounds like that was
We're taking it down. Yeah, I think they said it's a crawl space now.
So they said it's a crawl space right now?
most likely crawl space at least 4.
Can the request, can the request,
Not that, we haven't made the application yet.
Oh, okay, we'll do that.
They have to come back to that. They may or may not, depending on what the number is, and if they have to come back on that, it's a relatively simple application. I think it'd probably be in and out on
Yeah, so I think,
How about the other suggestions in the memo? Can you live with those?
yeah,
So you might not even be back. If it's under 150, we have no issues.
right.
Well, I think the cutoff is probably less than that.
You know what, I think the cutoff might be 100.
Okay.
It's 100?
yeah, I think that, well, like you said, with the digging in the basement, gotta put more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all those other conditions are acceptable?
Yes,
You just don't know about the soil movement permit yet, because you don't know whether you're gonna need it.
right, correct. All right, so, with regards to the variances, this is an application for a C2 variance, where the granting of a variance would advance the purposes of the MLUL, and the benefits of granting the variance would substantially outweigh any detriments. I believe that by permitting the variances, there will be an overall improvement to the site, and there's purposes of the MLUL which will be advanced. First, it would be purpose A, which is to encourage municipal action to guide the appropriate use or development of all lands in the state in a manner which will promote the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare. So we're removing an existing old house which is in disrepair and constructing a new house with 2 bedrooms and a Cape Cod style house. Purpose C, to provide adequate light, air, and open space. The proposed house meets all the setback requirements as well as impervious coverage. Purpose G, to provide sufficient space and appropriate locations for a variety of agricultural, residential, uses, both public and private, according to their respective environmental requirements in order to meet the needs of all New Jerseyans. The house provides sufficient space in appropriate location for the residential use. Purpose I, to promote a desirable visual environment through creative development techniques and good civic design. The proposed house replaces an existing old house, which is in disrepair, creating a nice new house. And you could see that just by looking at that architectural rendering that you have in your packet. Also, in review of the master plan of the township, there are certain goals which we are meeting. This is in reference to the 2020 master plan. Under section 1.2, goals and policies. Goal number 1 is to preserve and protect the character, density, and aesthetics of the township's established and stable residential neighborhoods by restricting incompatible land uses from these areas and significant increases in intensities of use. Goal number 2 is to provide a variety of housing types, densities, and a balanced housing supply in appropriate locations to serve the township residents of various ages, household types, and incomes. And goal 11 is to encourage new development and redevelopment to take into account the aesthetic character of the community in an effort to enhance the visual and aesthetic appearance of the municipality. Also, with respect to the master plan, let's go back to...
Mr. Matarazzo, can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Sure.
So the existing conditions shows a fence, either right on the property line or on the neighbor's property line. Do you know anything about who owns that chain link fence?
No. And are they gonna remove it?
Yeah.
You talking about the one on the left side?
On the right side, I think we're talking about the one on the right side. And there's if you look at the photograph in the application, you can see it in the photograph. Look at the photograph number 1. Mr. Shepard, do you have that handy? In fact, it's on both sides of the house, the existing house. I assume that the fences that go across between the house and the fence are gonna be removed as part of the reconstruction, is that correct?
Both those fences on either side of the property are off the lot.
But there are fences,
There's the one that comes in on the right front,
Yep.
which is sort of like a gate type of thing.
yes.
That will be removed.
How about on the left side? Will that one on the left side be removed? It's kind of from the back corner of the existing house to the
Oh,
fence on
yeah.
the left?
Yeah, that'll be removed as well.
Okay, but is it your understanding that the other fences that kind of surround the property are on the neighbor's property?
Correct,
It kind of looks that way on your drawing.
yes.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Yeah, they're clear.
But in the picture, it looks like it's on his property.
Right.
Well, the one that goes across is clearly on
Yeah.
Patel's property.
But even the one in this picture, it's got the drain pipe from the
Yes,
neighbor's
the
house
drain, yeah, it's got the drain, the white.
on, so that.
Picture number 4. We're looking at a drain pipe. So you're proposing just,
Oh, that drain pipe is from the neighbor.
that's the
So
neighbor.
does that mean that fence is on the neighbor's property or?
Or Patel.
Patel property?
The fence that goes along the property line is on the neighbor's lot.
And the only fence that is on Mr. Patel's property is that gate-looking fence.
Correct.
that we see in 4
Yes.
very clearly.
Maybe it's a suggestion is that you talk to, that Patel's talk to their neighbor.
Yeah.
Because perhaps that fence was installed by the previous owner, and perhaps it encroaches on the neighbor's property. We don't know that. I mean, it looks like,
Who actually owns the fence?
Right.
We just know
Right.
where it is.
Right.
And it's on the neighbor's lot.
Yeah.
Typically, if it's on someone's property, it's theirs.
Understood.
Okay.
Could be, but when you go to leave it there, they may tell you to take it down.
Okay.
Especially picture 2.
Okay.
But then, if you look at your
Simple
proposed
conversation with the
plot
neighbor.
plan, that fence surrounds the backyard of the neighbor's property. Like, look, it takes a right turn. So maybe it is the neighbor's fence.
Probably check your photos.
Yep.
Yeah, photos are very clear.
Correct. Okay. So you're gonna remove the fence, the
That's
chain
your
link
own.
fence that's on your client's property?
That's connecting to the house, yes.
Great.
Okay.
Go ahead, Loretta.
Okay, last item in the master plan is actually on page 34 of the master plan. Let me just read it to you. It refers to the types of housing in the Lake Hiawatha and Lake Parsippany area. It says, this activity is not affecting all neighborhoods. It just goes on to talk about housing stock and stuff like that. So it says, throughout Parsippany are upgrading their homes. However, in terms of new construction, Lake Hiawatha and Lake Parsippany by far are seeing the most activity because these neighborhoods are fully developed and new construction takes the form of single-family tear-downs in contrast to most other areas of the township where development likely is a new subdivision or a townhome development. The enlargement of existing homes and the development of new homes can have both positive and negative impacts. On the one hand, investment by homeowners and the introduction of new dwellings generally enhances the housing stock by adding modern amenities that today's buyers seek. Okay, and then it also goes on to state that as these neighborhoods were developed, Cape Cod and ranch-style homes were added, but the small lots meant that homes generally remained compact. So in today's homeowners and developers often seek to maximize the development potential, building out to the maximum extent allowable by the zoning requirements. In some cases, the result has been new homes that stand in contrast to the surrounding character and items in terms of bulk and setbacks. So we're complying with the setback requirements. It's really just mainly the building coverage, but we are proposing a single-story building that's a Cape Cod style. We're not constructing a two-story building, which would have more living space. So it's not the typical living room, dining room, kitchen on the first floor, and bedrooms above. We're doing it all on one level where we're having bedrooms, living room, dining room, kitchen. So we need a little bit more floor space on the first floor, basically what it comes down to.
And no living areas in that area where there's dormers, correct?
No.
Well, I would say this, that, and so everybody understands, there's no attic per se, but there is this area above where the dormers are, and there is potential for somebody to use that for either storage or perhaps a bedroom. So I don't want to say that it's never going to be used, but the way it's laid out presently, all the living space is on the first floor.
How do you access that?
Right now, it's only shown with like a pull-down staircase, not to get into that, but I mean, there is the potential that somebody could add a set of stairs. It's not an attic per se, it's actually like a partial second floor.
Sure.
Standing old cape.
Yeah, it's a
Exactly.
standard cape, that's it.
Exactly.
Great.
Testimony complete, sir?
So with regards to the benefits or the positive criteria, it's my opinion that by permitting the variances, there will be an overall improvement to the site and the proposed house advances the purposes of the MLUL and advances the goals of the master plan. With respect to negative criteria, by granting of the requested variances, there will be no substantial detriment to the zone plan nor the surrounding properties. In my opinion, the granting of the building coverage will substantially outweigh any negative impacts.
Frank, last question. I count 357 square feet of coverage, 1557 proposed and 1,200 permitted. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's really what the variance is all about.
Yes.
Okay.
I have one question. We were talking about doors, or the front door and the side door, and the front door and the side door has a porch roof.
Yes.
But I'm assuming because normally a garage is on the side to the laundry room, so there would be access from the garage to the laundry room into the house.
There's no garage.
But there is no garage, so they made a usable door for them when they pull their car up. Is that the purpose of that? And the
That's
back
correct.
door goes to the deck?
Correct.
Okay, that's all I wanted to clear up.
Any questions from the board?
And the washer dryers are on the basement?
Laundry room. Where they go in? On the side, the mudroom.
Yeah, the laundry room is
Yeah,
on the first floor.
yeah. Where's the door is that I was talking about?
Anything else? Mr.
Are there
Chairman?
any other questions?
Madam Chair, I just want to clarify the soil moving, if I might.
Yes, please.
The ordinance says that 100 cubic yards and over is a major soil moving permit. The existing footprint, or the proposed footprint of the building is approximately 1,400 square feet. Right now, the building has a crawl space per the testimony. If you lower the crawl space floor like 2 feet, you trigger the major. So I think you're going to be a major. So that's going to require a return to the board.
And you're in agreement to
Okay.
take care of that with the store? Okay. Any other
You
questions?
want the board to move forward with this application, that if you need to come back for the major, you'll come back for the major. Right? Okay, sir.
And at that point, we could look at plans where the engineering plans and the architectural plans are coordinated with respect to the doors and the coverage and all that stuff.
So we can't do it as a condition?
No, because you don't have the numbers yet
For what, I'm sorry?
for the soil moving permit.
What happens if,
They haven't made the application.
so you need to know the exact number? You don't need to know just that it was triggered?
They need to make the application.
Okay.
Yeah, typically, right, they haven't made the application.
Yeah, they make the application, the township engineer does a report and submits that to the board for consideration.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this, since we noticed for all other approvals or permits and necessary, can we handle as a condition with the notation of 150 cubic yards?
Still gonna come here.
I just thought perhaps we could handle it tonight.
You don't speed anything along, still gotta get back here before you're gonna get your permit.
Right.
Okay, fair enough.
Are there any questions from the public on the testimony that has been given in regard to this application? I see none. For or against? For the application or against the application? I see none. Thank you, Mr. Mazzarelli.
Thank you.
Would someone like to make a recommendation to approve this application with the...
Yeah,
with
I'm
the
gonna
soil
recommend
moving?
it.
Yes,
I'm
okay,
gonna,
with the application for soil moving permit.
yeah, I'm gonna recommend, I'm gonna be approving this. They're improving where they're living now. Everything makes sense. They're gonna come back for their soil moving. They agreed to all the other conditions of the engineering department. The house is gonna look the way it should in that neighborhood. So I will say yes.
You want to wait till we hear from... Okay.
Can I go for the
Please.
application 26:11, Dinesh and Geetaben Patel, 19 Belleville Road, Block 242, Lot R6, Zone R-4, to issue a grant variance to construct a new single-family dwelling, covered porch, shed and open decks, and contrary to section 430-10C, section 430-10 and section 430-35, column 10, and with all the conditions that we discussed here. Is there anything else, John?
No, just the conditions outlined in the engineer's letter.
Engineer list.
Second, Jaskowitz.
DeCros?
Yes.
Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Mazzarella?
Yes.
Bodie?
Yes.
Neglia?
Yes.
Pagnotti?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Grignani?
Yes.
Thank you.
Application. Good to see you, Mr. Shepherd.
Yes, nice to be seeing
Hopefully,
you.
we will be seeing you soon.
Soon enough.
Hopefully, hopefully. Application number 26:14, Shaw, 58 Canton Road, Block 6.
No, first one.
Oh, you still have another one. I apologize. Getting ahead of myself. Application 26:17, Ozzie Nazi, 120 Park Road, Block 98, Lot 59.2, Zone R1, a D variance to legalize a two-family home. Good evening, sir.
You raise your right hand, please. You swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Can you state your name and spell your last name?
Ozzie, last name Niazi.
You can have a seat. Just make sure you use the microphone.
Okay.
And explain to the board what it is that you're doing.
So, I have a lot of stairs in my house, and this house is rather large. So, I'm building this bedroom and a bathroom on the side for my parents. There you go.
So
There are no stairs for the side entrance. They can pull up right in front of the door and go.
So have you already constructed it?
It's been constructed when I bought the house.
So,
How is he here? Is this a,
I spoke to the applicant on the phone about this. They put an ad online, I guess it was.
My brother, yeah.
Which was a total mistake. They don't really want to have a rental house. And I discussed it with the applicant there. He would agree to the standard deed restriction the township has, that it's only for blood relatives, that nature, no rent, et cetera, and file it with the county code office.
Yes, sir.
so, wait. So why did he put an ad in the paper? What was that?
It was an idea of your brother?
My brother.
To rent it out?
To rent it out, yeah.
Okay.
Because I travel, and when I was not here, he tried to put it up. And when I came back, I said, "Look, that's how it is."
Okay.
We removed it.
Okay.
But somebody picked it up in the township,
Yes.
and, which is great.
Yep.
And, but
The
you
town
would,
is doing its job.
you agree to all the restrictions that I just outlined?
Yes, sir.
So your parents live there in?
Yes.
Oh, so
They travel.
you're trying to rent it out from under them?
Sounds like your brother did.
Does your brother live there?
My brother, it's a big house.
Okay.
It's almost
Is
8,000.
that the one on the right side is going out Park Road to 202?
On the left side.
Yeah, on the right-hand side.
On the right
It's
hand
in the
side,
back.
and
Yeah.
No.
it's real long,
Yep.
and there's many garages, and,
Yeah.
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 I know.
Don't mind it.
So what are we doing? If we want to approve this, we're approving it with a deed restriction?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, it's a D variance.
okay.
Also, so are you the owner or your brother? I am the owner. Okay. What's the year of construction of this house? I have no idea. 1960. The guy who lived in the house, who built the house, was a major disaster recovery home builder. 20 years ago, one of the largest companies. We built this house over the last 30 years. So
But he
But
had
he's
this,
revamped it, I mean, he's revamped the whole house.
we revamped the whole
No, all new windows, everything's new in it, new doors,
painted.
sided, everything.
was this unit existing when you purchased the property?
Yes, so it is not an additional unit. What it was, he ran the disaster recovery company out of his house.
Mhm.
So this was part of his business.
So it's a home office?
It was, more than helpful. He had like almost 40 employees working out of that place.
Out of that place.
And we never caught that one.
Yeah.
Okay?
So we're really not legalizing this as a two-family anyway.
No.
No.
Well, it's a second kitchen, there's another kitchen in there, right?
That's correct.
That's why then.
This is the drawing, excuse me, this is the drawing
Yes,
that you
ma'am. That
presented,
is
so
the
this is what we're discussing.
That's correct. That's correct.
Thank you.
It's all there. It's already there.
It's been there, yeah.
There's no additions, no nothing, no going out.
So we're asking for a deed restriction, and you will be accepting that recommendation?
Correct.
As per Mr. Jai.
So after this, we approve two family,
With the deed restriction, yes.
So
There's
the
a
deed restriction will indicate that it can only be rented to blood relatives?
Correct.
Is it allowed to be rented? Can you use that word? Inhabited.
It can't be rented for a fee.
Correct.
It can only be occupied
Right.
by family members.
Right.
And potentially live-in help for my parents. If they need it, because right now my mom is in the hospital and she's gonna need help. So we're gonna need to have a live-in help come in, Monday through Friday, most likely.
Just trying to work through in my
That
mind.
covered, that was our anticipated that, I'm pretty sure. Been around for quite a few years.
Do you have a copy of it?
It's in town hall someplace.
Okay.
We've been using it as a standard deed restriction.
I've never seen it.
Application. I'm sorry?
No, never seen it?
Okay, find one.
Okay.
The guy that played football for the Jets who lives up off of Intervale Lake at the same.
Okay. So that would that allow live-in help to live there, or would that not allow live-in help to live there?
I think it's silent.
How does it not?
Because if it's medical, I don't know how you can say no.
Right? That's my point.
Especially when it's not
a transactional, like
Right.
I mean, the idea of having caregivers living in a person's home is not unusual.
Right.
Any stretch.
Exactly.
And nobody's gonna go running out there with zoning.
Yeah, it's, right, that's not
I
what
just
we're
want to
doing.
make sure I know what I'm writing.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes don't.
Well, after your brother put that ad in.
Well, can you put that as the same, part of the same thing, like obviously
I can
family
craft-
member,
I can
and
craft
if needed,
something.
medical
Right.
necessity?
Yeah.
I think I can craft something.
Yeah.
Okay, we got faith in you, Bill.
One last
Yeah.
question I have is like, how can, on the building or how, like, can we put something that like, somebody, don't wanna say his brother, again, is gonna put out for rent
That's what we're doing, we're making it so you
That's-
can't
It
rent
can't
it.
be,
That's why we're doing
Yeah.
it.
on the building,
No,
are we gonna do anything?
no.
No.
well, you're not gonna have, is there separate electric?
No, everything is
Okay.
one.
There's no separate electric, there's no separate water.
Water, not.
Okay, so there's not gonna be any separate utilities.
Oh, you put that in there as well?
Except kitchen, I believe, right?
But
Yes,
it's,
but it's same.
but they're
electric,
paying the
gas.
same bill, right? It's the same bill, it's just not.
I have one, like, water bill, electric bill, everything.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Just
So-
want to confirm.
The restriction will make it so that they can't do any of that.
So that yes, they can't separate the
Yeah.
meters,
So
they can't have a
So
separate.
it's technically not a
water line.
two-family at that
They
point.
can't offer it
Prevents
for rent.
I got no other question.
Do we have any questions from the board of this applicant and his testimony? Any questions from the audience? Please come forward. May we have your name, please, and your address?
Do you have a question, or do you want to?
No, well, both, okay, I have a statement, but it might depend on what this application is. I live across the street. I live at 105 Park Road in Parsippany. My name is Richard Corbett, and I've been living there for the past, 15 years or so. And the variance that, as I understood it, was for somebody to dwell there, like to rent it as an apartment or multifamily dwelling. So you're saying that that's not happening here?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay, so it's just a family dwelling, in other words, somebody in the family. However, I will say, and with all due respect, Mr. Niazi, because I live across the street, there's a lot of school buses stopping in front of your home, there's a lot of school vehicles stopping in front of your home, there's a lot of traffic coming in and out of your driveway, and I have a picture of the Sunday night garbage, and there's not one family living there. So that is my, with all due respect, sir, that is my concern. when I live right across the street, and you are my neighbor, and so, you know, I do have respect for you, but when I see 6 garbage pails in front of the house on a Monday morning, there's not 2 families living there. Okay, so that is my concern. I respectfully ask this zoning board to protect the integrity of Park Road, because it's a beautiful place to live, it's a winding road, and it's not designed to accommodate multifamily units or apartments. And I believe, with all due respect, sir, that actually across the street, we have people dwelling there that should not be living there.
So
Can I prove it? No, sir, I cannot. I do not have evidence except my observations. Thank you to the planning board for all that you do.
May I answer?
Please.
We own Rayjack Bus Company. We own about 80 buses. And bus company is usually the drivers come in and out, pick up my wife, drop her at the office, bring her back to the office. My mother-in-law also works there. She comes every now and then at our house. So she doesn't drive, so our bus drivers drop her, pick her up. And the garbage, usually we don't put the garbage for weeks because it's, you know, you've seen our driveway. We're bringing it all the way from back to the front. It's a hassle, so we have 6, 7 garbage cans, about 10 probably out, all of them. So once a month, we took all our garbage and put it out there.
So you store garbage for one month
Probably,
in the garbage pails?
maybe more.
How many people actually live in the home?
Exactly.
So it's me and my 2 brothers and their wives, and we have 4 kids.
6,
And my
10.
mom and dad travel. They come and go as it is.
And then your mom and dad, but you said your mother-in-law also?
Mother-in-law comes every now and then, yeah. And she is also working at the bus company, so the bus company drives.
But everybody who lives in the house is family.
Yeah, they're all, you can look at, you know, they're all
Okay.
family.
Okay.
And like I said, it's a rather big house. You know, compared to the street, I think we are the second or third largest house, I mean, on the street.
Okay.
How many bedroom?
13?
Was it 8,000, did you mention it was an 8,000 square foot?
6,500 is recorded, I think. Kitchen, the basement and the garages altogether are 8.
I do know that there's a lot of Amazon packages and
Yes.
everything out there all the time.
You need to speak with my wife.
Yeah.
Please restrict that.
Yeah,
I would be very
it's true.
Okay.
Yeah,
So what do we do with all?
because they've been there in the rain.
In the rain, the deer come there.
That's the deed restriction keeps it from becoming, right?
That's right.
Right, that's all you, yes, the deed
You guys can come
restriction.
check the garbage right now. We just cleaned it yesterday, so that's how.
Not my problem.
No, no, I'm not looking at your garbage.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board?
I'm good.
Any questions from the audience? Pro or con of this testimony that was given this evening?
We had
We had it already. Okay. Would one of the board members like to make a recommendation, please, to approve this application with the deed restriction that,
Yeah, the applicant is requesting for the family needs, and of the testimony, we believe that he is honest and he is explaining us that this is a big family. There's no other families or no rental people are living there other than their blood related or family related one. And when it comes to the 2-family home, it is like a deed restriction not to be rented to others, only family needs. And garbage situation, I don't know what's going on with that. That they may not, they can manage that.
Okay.
With the neighborhood, whatever.
Application 26:17, Ozzie and the Ozzie, 120 Park Road, Block 98, Lot 59.2, Zone R-1. Recommend granting a deed variance to legalize a 2-family home with the deed restriction that has been discussed, that it could only be occupied by family members and not to be rented to anyone.
Second.
DeCruz?
Mr. Nyaz, as you heard, we all ride by there a
Yes.
lot of times,
Yes.
so we're.
Come on down, come knock on my
Okay,
door.
I'll vote yes.
Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Mazzarella?
Yes.
Modey?
Yes.
Neglia? Yes. Sadi?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Grignani?
Yes. Application's approved.
Thank you.
Application number 2614, Shaw, 58 Canton Road, Block 262, Lot 1, Zone R4. A C variance to construct an addition contrary to Section 430-10, I, Section 430-35, columns 10 and 13. Mr. Shaw, Mrs. Shaw, good evening.
Raise your right hands, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Have a seat. Just make sure you use the microphones. Okay. Sure, why don't you come on up?
So we don't have any expert architect or engineer with us.
I thought that was your engineer right there.
Sure.
Is that your engineer?
He's a family friend.
Did he have anything to do with the drawings?
No.
Okay, all right, then you can just have
No,
a seat.
no, that's what I mean. We don't
Okay,
have.
did you spell your last name, state your names?
SHAH, first name Jyoti.
My first name is Himanshu, Himanshu.
So, what is it that you'd like to do here?
So we had a fire in the house sometimes in November, and we've been living in Parsippany for 35 years since our marriage, and we have been living in this house for 20 years. There was a fire, so we just saw a little opportunity to make it a little more comfortable downstairs because her father, he visits once in a while. He's 88 years old. I'll be turning 65, so we may need to live downstairs. So we just want to extend the bedroom downstairs and make the bathroom a little more comfortable. And upstairs, just make a little living closet, a walk-in closet. That is the only change that we are looking for.
Sir, have you received the letter of June 16th from the engineering department?
Yes.
Yes.
You have.
So you need the combined, you need 3 variances, correct? Right, you need 3 variances?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have this?
Yes.
Oh, yes, that's true.
All right, so,
This is 43, this is 46, same date.
yeah. Why is there 2 different ones?
It's revised June 16th, never mind.
Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Can you revise June 16th?
No, looking at the zoning, the applicant, the variances that he needs.
Okay. Oh, it's less.
Yes, it's less.
It's a little bit less. The impervious coverage has gone down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's because you removed part of the driveway, is
Yes.
that right? Okay,
Yes.
that's-
It's gonna be roughly the same.
It's less than what's there now.
Yeah.
And the yards and courts is bigger, but the building coverage, no, I'm sorry, the impervious coverage has gone down, the other ones have gone up.
So we have the drawings.
So did you also lessen the size of the deck?
Very little. I think the staircase is cutting off.
Let me help you out. What triggered this is your father is going to
He's gonna probably.
live with you or be there quite a bit.
I'm sorry?
He's gonna live there or he's
He comes, lives like, I would say, a few weeks every summer. So
Okay.
now he's gonna need a handicap accessible bathroom, because
Okay.
he's using a walker now, but I think pretty much he's gonna need a wheelchair. So we wanted to make that bathroom downstairs, expand it and make the room a little bit bigger so you can have the,
It's a two-story addition. The first floor is for what purpose?
first floor is where the,
Bathroom and
is gonna
bedroom
be
will
extended and he's gonna stay there.
And
Yeah,
the
that's-
second floor, what's that?
We're just, since it's going up, I'm just gonna have a walk-in closet, which I don't have in my bedroom.
That whole area will be a walk-in
Yeah,
closet?
it's gonna be like a
Good
little
size
dressing
walk-in
area,
closet.
yeah, dressing area and walk-in closet, that's what we're
Got to buy some
thinking.
new clothes to fill it.
That's it?
That's
the
it.
whole thing. And how much of the house was damaged by the fire?
The room on the left side, the center room, the whole room is gone. It
Were
was
you
our-
able to live there after the fire? or did you-
No, we vacated that house the same night, November 15th. We've been out and we've been renting.
Okay.
And we don't know how long the insurance is gonna pay, but we're still renting the townhouse.
And the home that you're going to move back to is, you doing the construction now, or the?
Not yet, we got the permits, just,
Okay.
the building,
And you
the
want to tie
restoration
this all,
permits.
tie this all together?
Yes, while we're out, we just wanna finish this.
Any other testimony that you would like to speak of? No. Are there any questions from this board? No. Any questions from the audience?
Yes.
Please come
Come
forward. Please come forward. May we have your name and address, please?
How are you? Kathy.
Make sure you're using a microphone.
Thank you.
Kathy Terrio, 176 Longport Road, Parsippany.
Do you have questions or comments?
I just really wanted to know exactly what they were doing. I live directly behind the back of their house on Longport.
I apologize, what road do you live on?
On Longport Road. It's right, my side yard is directly behind the back of their house, which is actually like my backyard because my house runs long, so. My house is literally right behind theirs, and I'd like to just know what exactly it is they're doing.
Well,
Sure.
You want somebody else to show you?
No,
Wait,
you can just.
You can answer the question. Just make sure you're using the microphone
Oh,
when you
sorry.
answer her question.
This is Longport Road.
Okay.
Canton Road. This is our,
You need to speak up.
Yeah, so we could hear.
Pull the mic.
Is it, is
this is
it,
the fence, our white fence,
okay,
right? And this is where our deck is,
okay,
right? Deck is right here. So all we're doing, our house is right now like a L here. We're just
Right.
cornering it off.
oh, you're just doing that little section?
10 by 12.
Is it in like this section here?
Exactly. So that's
That-
not gonna be a L
okay.
anymore, it's just gonna be square.
Oh, okay, all right. And now one other question. Are you doing anything with the landscaping, trees or?
Not right now.
Okay, perfect.
Does that answer your question?
What? No, I like trees too. I was afraid you were gonna take them down.
No.
Okay, great.
Okay, wonderful.
Are your questions answered?
Yes, they are.
Okay, very good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any questions from this board?
No, ma'am. Not for
Would
me.
one of my members like to approve this application, please?
Oh, okay. I think it's obviously it's a needed fix, and while you're at it, you might as well improve it, and there's nothing too drastic being done, and, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money on clothing for the closet, but other than that, I think this is a nice addition and hopefully a welcome back home, so I'll be voting yes for it.
Is the condition being complying with the June 16th, 2026 memo from the engineer, correct?
He's gonna read that in now. He can do that now.
Okay.
Application number 26:14, Jyoti Shah, 58 Canton Road, Block 262, Lot 1, Zone R-4, to issue grant a C variance to construct an addition contrary to Section 430-10I, Section 430-35, column 10 and 13, and in compliance with the engineer report, as well as anything else?
No, just the engineer.
Engineer, that's all. Second.
Third.
DeCruz?
Yes.
Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Mazzarella?
Yes.
Bodie?
Yes.
Andrea?
Yes.
Patty?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Grignani?
Yes. Congratulations. Approval.
Thank you
Lots of luck, lots of luck to you. Okay. We will be taking a 5-minute break before we hear the other application. We need to all in favor. All in favor?
Oh, yeah, I might have. Somebody needs
Somebody needs
Okay.
it. All approved?
Yeah.
Here.
Thank you. Application 2625, 3 Parsippany Developers. I know it as Topgolf, LLC, 1259-1269, Route 46, Block 729, Lot 6, .02, Zone 0-3. Preliminary and final major site plan with C variance to modify the previously approved lighting plan.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
I'm
Mr.
Joseph O'Neill, Garofalo O'Neill Ruggiero, here on behalf of Shree Developers and Topgolf.
Okay.
You're probably wondering, some of you, what we are doing here, how we got here. I was going to do a couple of brief comments about that. When we got the approval for Topgolf a couple of years ago, it attached a lighting plan. That lighting plan turned out to be wrong. It had a lot of dark spots in the field. It wasn't picked up at the time we were doing the approval. So when it came time to build everything, the new lighting plan was, and that lighting plan showed the whole field illuminated, but there was concerns about spillage coming off of the field into the highway 46, to neighboring properties. So that generated a lot of concern on us. I had serious concerns. He articulated them in his report. The administration here had concerns about it. So what was decided was we would come back here and talk to you about it. The town asked us to do, asked Topgolf to do notification over and above the statutory notification. They actually sent letters to residents on Hawkins that could see the problem, and put forward a phone number that they could call to express interest.
That's beyond the 200-foot line, correct?
Beyond the legal notice, beyond the 200, which they did.
And I understand also your client made the property available last night with the lights on for either members of the board or members of the public to view the conditions with the lights on. Is that correct?
That is correct. I want to address that a little bit. We're here under a section of the ordinance you might not be that familiar with concerning heat, noise, light coming off the property. These are not variance conditions. These are design waivers, if you're going to be granting them at all. The idea is the town wants you to comply to these. They don't want things that are very loud. They don't want things that smell bad, like cannabis growers or something. You know, take extra precaution. And they don't want glare coming off the property. So when this issue came up, there's a provision in the ordinance that provides that the determinations of these conditions will be made in the field. That's what we did last night, and we invited everybody to that. So you kind of witnessed that. That was the full load on the lights that they're going to be turned to when the site is operating. And the conditions in the field, except for, of course, they did not have any plantings. You may have noticed, we proposed plantings near the entrance that would block the view of the building completely, but they just weren't ready in time.
Are those plantings between the screen and the curb?
Yeah.
So that, will that screen that?
They'll screen the net.
The
Where you're
netting?
looking through the net when you're turning in. You won't be able to see up to the building.
So I guess I'll jump ahead a little bit, because I went out there last night, and it's astonishing how little the light actually comes out. You have to look, and at the point where the light is, it's super bright, but it really doesn't come out at all.
Yeah.
It was less than I even would have thought. My question is, the one that I didn't like is the netting. I guess you put up the darker netting,
The black one.
but I don't
Yes.
think you need it. I think it makes it look worse. But you said there's plantings.
Well,
Do you really need that dark netting? I guess you would.
yeah, can I clarify that a little bit, just to
Well, I
respond
don't
to
know if
that?
Mr. O'Neill was quite done.
Yeah, let's,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
I know.
you're witnessing it in the field. The netting that was proposed, that's about 40 feet worth of that screening netting on the 170-foot net that's
Right.
there on the side. And that's letting about 30% of the light through. So during the day, you drive past it, you can see everything through it, but at night, it's really taking all that light out. We've got an exhibit that you haven't seen before because we weren't sure what the netting was going to perform at, and we wanted to measure that. So I'll mark that as A1 when we get going. But we took those extra precautions to make sure there was no glare going on. And we did capture all the glare, we think. So that was the field test. And here we are tonight, basically asking for the amendment of the light plan to what it is now. I'm not asking for any waivers or variances or anything, because there's no light spillage beyond the field. I think everybody who was out there, and I'd like the board to, Mr. Johnson, to kind of find out who was there, and who was not. But I think you'll see as we go through the application, we've addressed everything.
Yeah, to Mr. O'Neill's point, I know I drove by there last night, and then the members
I
of the
did.
board can indicate whether they drove by there or not.
I was
I
there.
was there.
I was there.
I went in, even walked in the building with my daughter.
I didn't.
I did.
I drove by.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to.
So,
No,
But I was
okay, so other than Ms. Neglia and Bumpy, everyone else was there? Okay, good.
Yeah, I know.
So with that, we should go ahead and introduce all the,
Did you find it to be bright?
uh,
It's very bright.
So who do we have here?
Yeah, good
Raise
evening.
your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
State your name,
Yes.
spell your last name, please.
Todd Waldo, W-A-L-D-O. When Topgolf first appeared before this board back in December of '22, I believe it was, we pledged to be a good neighbor, good corporate citizen within the township of Parsippany. We hope that we've demonstrated that by responsibly redeveloping the old office complex into a world-class golf entertainment venue. Tonight, we, as Mr. O'Neill alluded to, we're simply seeking a reapproval of our lighting plan. Over the past week or so, we've gone through an extensive process of calibrating the driving range lights. And what that essentially resulted is making some adjustments to minimize and mitigate the light impact to off-site properties. Our team was on the property last night to do some testing, measurements and things of that sort to confirm that there was no light spillage across the property line. We took several measurements along the property line. Certainly, as Mr. O'Neill alluded to, we have installed some light mitigation measures on the property, one being that fabric screen that everybody saw, which has helped to diffuse the light from view off-site. We've also added some glare shields on the driver range lights. We've made some adjustments to the lights, and we've even are pledging to make some operational restrictions to turn those lights off and reduce them further after we close. So what you saw last night is the proposed condition. We do feel that that fabric screen is essential to, again, preventing any type of impact off-site. We have installed the landscaping. We thought that we didn't quite know. This is the first time we've ever installed something like this before, this fabric screen. So we didn't quite know how the extent of the effectiveness of it, and had originally thought, well, maybe we could supplement that with some additional landscaping. Based on what we observed last night in the testing that was conducted, we feel that the landscaping that's out there now in combination with the fabric screen essentially solves the problem and mitigates the issue. So certainly open to questions from tonight, but we do feel that, again, that has gone a long way to mitigate
the light impact.
Is your testimony that if that extra netting wasn't there, you think you would have had a problem?
Well, certainly that's an additional preventive measure. When we go through the calibration process, it's a little bit of a learning on our end as too. When we build these venues, our intent is not to impact our neighbors. And sometimes that just takes a process to go through to calibrate the lights and make those adjustments. I do feel that with the fabric screen up now, that goes a whole lot further than any landscaping we could ever plant out there. And the fact that it is immediate screening as opposed to something with planting trees, takes time for that to grow, 5-10 years for it to get to an effective height. So we do feel that fabric screen certainly is the most effective screening measure possible.
So I agree, you've been great. I think you're going to be a great addition to the community.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't look great.
Right.
That's the problem. So I have two questions. Sometimes they have these screens that could have a print on them, whether it looks like fake landscaping or something, because it almost looks like it's a big trash bag that got stuck on the wall. I would love if you could see if you really need it.
Yeah.
And just have the other netting, because if you don't need it, it would look, I think it really, I know you want to be considerate to the neighbors, and it's important that you're that way, but I don't want something that people are driving by and it's like, man, that looks ugly.
Well, why don't they put more shrubs?
Or more
Well,
shrubs.
we certainly could do that if it's an aesthetic issue, if you're saying that it
I
doesn't
think
look
it
as
is.
attractive. We do feel that is the most effective screening method for the lights.
Okay.
But we can certainly soften that by adding some more landscaping.
That would be appreciated.
Okay.
That would be good.
I guess I didn't notice, I mean, listen, everybody knows social media, there's a complaint about everything. So we've seen tons of complaints about the poles and the netting, and my wife said it looks better with the netting than it just with the poles. The only thing that ever caught my eye that made me feel that it was stuck out, because I know we talked originally about having the building the other way, hitting it out towards 287.
Yes, sir.
And that just wasn't possible because of the parking situation, and that was well explained in many meetings that we went through, because I know we talked about it a lot. The only thing that's ever stuck out to me that's been an issue there for me was the black, the fabric screen, which I appreciate the attempt, and I appreciate what you guys have done. I think that if we could find a way to make that look nicer, look a little more aesthetic.
Let us work towards softening that with some landscaping. Certainly that will take time to grow, as we've talked about, but at least it will help minimize the impact along the roadway frontage.
And I've not been to I'm sorry, Betty Lou, just one second. I've not been and played at a Topgolf or used a Topgolf, but don't you have boards that go out there as well? Is there boards out in the outfield? Oh, no, there's not. I thought there was some kind of video boards or anything.
At our Edison venue, there is, a television screen out there, but
Okay.
that's not typical of most locations. And quite frankly, we just don't have the space on this property to install something like that.
No, I was just wondering if it was outside the actual netting, but then people could hit it when the place was closed.
Well, in the case of Edison, it's outside of the
Right.
netting. But we do feel, I do understand your concern there about just the aesthetic of that. So let us work on getting some landscaping in.
Right, and maybe you want to think of putting some mature trees in there.
Mm-hmm.
It
Sure.
costs money, but they're
Sure.
mature and they will hide imperfect situations.
Yeah, well, certainly some evergreen trees, something like that will provide a solid
Arborvitaes.
screen.
Our varieties grow fast.
There's a number of varieties that grow very, very fast.
The emerald
Yes,
green.
sir. Yeah, we've talked with our
Evergreen.
landscaper about that, and they have
The problem is they don't have
recommended a
much
few
of a growth.
varieties.
It's a beautiful place, but
Well, thank you.
black one doesn't look good,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We understand. Well, we'll certainly want to be cognizant of any trees that we put there, so they don't grow into the right of way, and
Right.
so we'll have something more vertical in
Right,
growth.
like emerald green arborvitae.
Yes, ma'am.
I have 90 of them in my backyard. They're 40 feet tall. He's laughing because he
Okay.
knows. They're 40 feet tall and you can't see anything.
Well, we thought that may be a potential concern, just the aesthetic of it. So let us work on getting some landscaping in.
Something look good from,
Yes, sir.
They're
Yes,
going
sir.
to be working on that, and we appreciate that. I have a question, Mr. Chadwick's letter as of June 8th, item number 5, you did mention hours of operation and
Yes.
possibly changing?
Oh, yes, so just let me clarify that. So, the venue generally will be open Sunday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to midnight. And then on Fridays, it'll be extended hours, potentially to 2 a.m. And what I suggested is that after the business closes, that we would further dim those lights. And just for conversation purposes to like 20%. Just, there's maintenance that needs to be done in the outfield, picking up balls, making some repairs, things of that sort that we just simply can't do when the business is open. And then after those maintenance operations cease, and we'll shut off the lights completely.
And what time do you think that will be?
Well, that generally is 1 to 2 hours after we close. So when you take them down to 20%, and with that screen, that fabric screen in the back, it will be, I don't think it'll be noticeable at all.
Okay.
But shutting them off entirely after those maintenance operations conclude for the night is the intent.
Did you have an hours of operation in your original approval?
Yes, sir.
What were
Yes.
the hours of operation?
As I just stated, yes, sir.
So that's not changing?
Correct.
That's 10 to what?
It's 9 a.m. to midnight, Sunday through Thursday, and then on Fridays and Saturdays, potential that it may be open as late as 2 a.m. So we just have to figure out where the
That's in
right.
the resolution, 2 a.m.?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only Friday.
No later than 2 a.m. Yes, sir. That's correct.
When do you hope to open?
Well, if you've driven by there lately, which it seems like the majority of you have, construction's coming to a close. We've made great progress, and, we certainly have valued the partnership with the township to bring this thing to reality, and our goal is to open this in the next couple of weeks.
Great.
So the lighting plan that appears to be in the package shows, I think, maybe Mr. Lemanowitz can correct me if I'm wrong, light spillage beyond the property line. Are you telling me that that exhibit that you have?
That is a new exhibit.
Is a new exhibit?
Correct.
That eliminates that. Is that accurate?
That's right.
Okay, so why don't we mark that?
Yeah, we're
Sure.
gonna mark that as A1.
Okay.
We have some individual handouts. They're smaller sizes, been more difficult to see, but that is something we can walk you through if necessary as well.
Please do that.
I think that.
Okay.
But,
Well,
if I understand, Mr. O'Neill, your indication was that no waivers or variances are needed.
That's correct. Let us introduce Michaela McGuire. She's with Stonefield Engineering. She's the engineer of record, licensed in the state of New Jersey. She has been on this project from day one, and she can go through some of the technical aspects of it, and certainly walk you through this new plan.
Sure. Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I
Can
do.
you state your name, spell your last name, please?
Michaela McGuire, last name spelled Maguire.
Can you go through your credentials, please?
Yes, I'm a licensed professional engineer in the state of New Jersey. My license is in good standing. I received my Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from the University of Delaware. I have almost 9 years of experience in New Jersey. I've been accepted over 50 times as an expert across the state.
Great, you're welcome. You're acceptable.
Thank you. Can I pass these out, starting on this side?
I have a question. So if they don't have any variance or any, so what are we doing right now?
Well, I'm not sure they're asking us to approve anything, but
Well, we are.
but they're
We're asking you to approve the lighting.
The lighting
Substituted.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now, there's no variances or waivers associated.
So it's an amendment to the pre-existing approved site plan. Is that what we're doing? Okay.
That's correct.
Okay, so I can talk through this exhibit. It's dated June 17th, 2025, and this is a modified lighting plan from the May lighting plan that was submitted. As mentioned, Topgolf has made a couple changes based off of some comments about the illumination and the glare. The first one being the output. So the original illumination approved output for these lights that are on the facade facing the outfield was 100%. The plan we submitted in May had it at 75%, and then this plan we're showing today is at 60%. So 40% dim. These fixtures have a dimming feature that you can change the output. So again, it's dimmed 40%. So the illumination in the outfield is a lot lower as you're closer to the building. It's around 10 to 12 foot candles, and then as you travel out towards Route 46, you're essentially getting to zero right at that net.
I'm just gonna stop you there for just a second. because I want to explain to the board why we need the illumination in the field. Todd, that's because of gameplay at the facility, right?
Yeah, so we have camera technology for what's called top tracer, which is a ball tracing system. So the combination of the lights with the camera technology is necessary for that to function properly. But we are able to, as Michaela mentioned, we're able to control the lighting at the venue, so we can dim those lights to an acceptable rate that would still allow the gameplay, the technology to function properly.
Is that because the ball has to be continuously within the light in order for the camera to capture it?
Yeah, so like within the first 25 or 30 yards, that area has to be illuminated such that the camera can follow and trace that ball. So it's critical to have those lights shining more in a diagonal, as opposed to something that would shine directly downward. And quite frankly, that was just an honest mistake that was made in the initial submission of the lighting plan.
You already answered my question, thank you.
Okay.
So it's not a GPS, I thought like the ball has a tracker.
No, the technology has improved so much that the camera technology in combination with the lighting is able to trace that ball.
So that was the old one, the GPS way?
Yeah, is in some venues. It's more of a legacy at this moment. But again, as the technology has evolved and improved over the years, we're able to effectively trace it with the combination of the cameras and the lighting.
Thank you.
The second modification, as discussed, was the glare screen that was added along the netting that is parallel to Route 46. So it's essentially 5 different sections that it was added here, essentially blocking any of the illumination that would pass. I believe the foot candles right in front of that netting on this plan are 0.2, 0.3, so they're already almost zero. They are pretty minimal, but nothing is extending through that screen. Another one of the changes that was mentioned, it doesn't necessarily show on here, was the visors that were added to the lights. That's on the top and the side. For glare, the angle is the same as the light fixture, so it helps with glare either in the road or past that. And then the side shields help too for the glare if you're looking at the lights from an angle and not straight on. So the illumination in Route 46 is significantly reduced, if not zero, in comparison to the plan set that we submitted in May. The only areas that are still showing foot candles is right around the driveway. So we have about 0.2 and 0.3 for that driveway on Route 46. That was similar to what was approved back in 2023, and it is really for safety of vehicles entering and exiting that driveway.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that light coming from the lights on top of the building, or is that coming from another source?
Part of it is coming from a proposed or now existing light pole that's close to that driveway.
Yeah, so the parking lot lights essentially, and also there's existing lighting along the roadway as well that is influencing some of those measurements along the property boundary to just between the entrances.
The field lighting is all from the building, main building up on the top, right?
Yes, sir. Those are all under the canopy on the building mounted. And what Michaela is referring to is those light levels are associated with the parking lot lights. So it's 2 separate things.
How do we figure out that 40 feet would do the job in terms of?
It's a little bit of trial and error. As I mentioned, this is the first time we're doing this. We have limitations on the extent of that screen for structural engineering requirements and things of that nature.
I would imagine.
Yes, so those nets are pretty tall. So we feel that that's the right height that will essentially be similar to the mounting height of the highest range light on the building. So it will capture that and prevent, kind of that view of that light from off-site.
You did not do a reading without this netting then, I gather.
Correct. Only by simulation from an engineering perspective, not in the field measurement. We took some baseline measurements previously before we turned the lights on.
Somebody made a decision that light was getting out onto 46. We need to do something.
Well, there's
There was a lot of concerns expressed by
that's
those.
right.
Mr. Bolanowitz and the administration.
Okay.
That's right.
So that's why we took the action.
That's right. We're very proactive
I
in that.
interrupted your presentation, I'm sorry.
I think that was all I had, at least for what we're proposing with this
There's a
exhibit.
couple things that I noted. The new plan is dated,
Yes, 2025, right?
the new plan is
Is that
dated,
typo?
I got the little version.
I think it's today's date, actually.
June 17th, 2026.
I got a
That's
17
2025.
date on here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, correct, that is a typo.
Is,
It says 25.
in the package, is there a statement on any of these plans, the hours of operation, including the ability to operate after, on these plans?
The only thing noted on these plans, which was from the resolution, was that all lights not used for security purposes shall be turned off 2 hours after closing. That's the only thing that's noted on this.
I'm just offering this up further. It's not contained on the plans, just on the plans, just as a additional measure that we would further dim those lights after business operations and during our maintenance process. But what she is suggesting is essentially those lights would continue until we close, and I'm offering, hey, we'll reduce them further after
Okay.
we close.
So dimmed at closing and off 2 hours after.
Yes, we dimmed to about 25%. I know that may not mean a lot when we're talking about that, but just in comparison to what you might have seen last night at 60%. So after we close, we reduce those light levels, and then 2 hours after we close, the lights are shut off.
So when
And that
they're
will all
on-
be,
I'm sorry, just
Sir.
so I understand. When they're on, they'll be at 60%.
yes, sir.
And that's what we saw last night.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that will all be programmed, and the management team will have access to that. Those will be programmed such that those will automatically dim after we close. So once we get through the programming perspective, that should be essentially something that's just automated at that
We're
point.
not going to exceed 60?
Correct.
Okay.
So when they're on, they're 60. When they're dimmed at closing, they're reduced by another 25%.
No, I'm just going to take them down to
Take them
25%.
at
From
2
60 to 25%. That's
Right.
correct.
And then off 2 hours after.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Levine. I don't know where we go back in time on this plan, but is there any sheet on these site plan submission that lists all the conditions of approval?
No, we kept that in the resolution. I don't believe we put it.
I know you did. No, I think it would be helpful for everyone. There's a cover sheet on this, and I'm sure the engineers can just transfer the conditions of approval as modified what we just discussed now.
So you want the light levels on the plan.
All the conditions, right?
Clarification that, I don't know what you call it, it's like, in the outfield, is that blank thing, there's no sign out there now, right?
Correct. No sign.
There's not gonna be any sign.
I mean, it would be nice if we could do something in the future on that fabric screen, but that's not proposed at this time. That's mainly for, if there was anything in the future, that would only be internal facing, not external. You'd only be able to see it if you were in the venue itself looking out.
So it's going to be just a fabric screen with no messages and no lights on it, obviously.
No lights.
And now the fabric screen is going to be behind the additional plantings that were requested by.
Yes, right.
Do you have a statement of the hours of operation on any of the sheets?
That was built into the original approval.
Right, but usually they put them on the plan.
Well,
We don't have it on the plan, but it's in the original resolution.
I mean, things that are physical to the operation. You're not supposed to be open after, was it 1 o'clock on Friday and Saturday?
that might change.
It could be changed. That's really just,
The winter, weather.
Those-
Confusing.
yeah, those are just kind of our outside hours. We'll be open no later than 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday.
I assume that's, good weather.
So
Is there any reason you can't put that on the plan now? Put that note on the plan, right?
If I could jump in, so we did add that to our approved plans from the 2023 set that we submitted.
They are there?
They are there. The only plans we submitted for this amendment were just the lighting plans. So it's not specifically on these plans or what was submitted, but it was on the approved full plan set.
And I would suggest using this one moving forward, because the prior plans that were submitted were from the old set, and there were all kinds of date issues
Okay.
where, you know, according to the old plans, the 17th revision preceded the first revision,
Yeah.
which is obviously not possible. So I think we should kind of let the site plan application go and let that sit, and we'll just use this one with a correct dating procedure and all that stuff.
Just replace it.
It might just make things a whole lot easier to reference in resolutions and such.
We'll put it on the plan.
Yeah, this one just has to be updated 26, right? It says 25 on it.
So.
We can certainly
Another
do that.
honest mistake there.
So I have
Easy
a
to
question.
change.
So you're looking at look at your plans, the area just beyond the driveway. Okay, does that, where it's .2, .1, et cetera, do you know where that light comes from? I'm trying to get at whether in fact you need a variance or not.
Now, there's a light on the street.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get at.
There's a few lights
Just do a
along
light
the
on
street there.
So you don't know whether that light that registered on the light meter at .2 is a light from the property or a light from some other source?
I can confirm it's from the existing area light that is within the Topgolf site. We're not modeling the DOT fixtures that are in the road. When I was out there last night with the light meter, I was picking those up, but what's shown on this plan is not modeling any of those DOT fixtures.
How about the lighting from Smithfield? Does that spill too? I'm just, because in all honesty, when I drove down Hawkins, I saw the lights from Smithfield much more than I saw
It's very noticeable.
Top Golf.
Obviously, it's spilling
So
onto
that's-
our property. We're not complaining about it.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I'm assuming some of that pickup has got to be from those big lights.
From her photometer on the field, the measurement property.
Correct.
I'm just trying to confirm that you actually whether you actually need a variance or not.
That would not be a waiver.
Right.
Because you're supposed to illuminate entrances coming off the highways for safety reasons. You've got to illuminate that driveway.
Understood.
Honestly, I thought it was a little dark with my glasses making that turn. But,
You're not asking
cold,
for,
it's fine.
you're not asking for any waivers or variance?
No, sir. No, I mean, I think that complies with DOT standards at light level for the factor of safety that Mr. O'Neill was alluding to.
Okay, you're okay with that, Mr. Lemano?
Well, the board has typically, if the light level is measurable across the property line, consider that a non-compliant situation. Obviously, lighting a driveway would be a reason for the board to consider that nonconformity. And the question I have is, right now, the light level is shown, there's measurable light not only in Route 46, but on the properties across Route 46. Is it your testimony that that was shown on the compliant plans from August of 23? That light traveled that far across?
What
There-
light level is shining over there? Are you talking about glare? Are you talking about?
I'm talking about the measurable ground illumination on this plan hits properties on the other side of 46.
That's the .1s.
Yes, and again, typically, this is a road situation, it's different than it was something else, but the board has typically taken, if it's measurable light across the line, that's non-conforming. In this case, lighting the driveway is certainly reasonable, and again, but just for consistency, that's what we've been doing, from what I've seen with the board. That the fact that there's measurable light leaving the property, that's considered non-conforming. The other issue is the mesh screen, I guess we'll call it screen, is 30% open. The ordinance requires fences in the front yard to be 50% open. So that mesh is a variance.
But the netting above,
The netting above it is more than
netting above it is fine. It's more than 50% open, but the mesh isn't. I mean, the testimony was it's only 30% open. And again, it serves a purpose, but
You're talking about fences. Cans. They're supposed to be solid but open at the top, aren't they? in front?
no, not in the front. The front's gotta be 50% open. And
This-
4
Well,
feet,
this
and a
is
4
more
foot.
than 50% open.
What's that?
70-foot net with a 40-foot screen on.
I mean, it's only 25% of that,
Right.
of that netting is the fabric screen.
This is obviously a property that is not specifically referenced in the ordinance, all the stuff that goes on, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, the way you're reading the ordinance, that fence across the front of the property is supposed to be 50% open, and it's
Yeah,
only
but
30.
to be fair to them, the fence goes all the way up.
Right, and the variance was
The
granted for
dark
the
part
height.
is a small part of the fence. So if it's 50 foot of 170, do the math. It's less.
To clarify too, it's 30% opaque. It's only blocking 30% of the light. So it's
Okay, that's not what I understood was 30% open. So it's 70% open.
correct.
Then
It's
that takes care of that.
30% solid, yes.
And quite honestly, with that screen there, I walked all the way out to 46. It's really dark right outside that screen, so I
No,
don't
I'm
think.
not, again, I'm
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
I'm
No,
not, I'm not, trying to say
Yeah,
something bad about the screen. I'm just
I
trying to
would-
make sure we check all the
You gotta
boxes.
reverse it.
Michaela, if you could just state that again,
So,
so all the
again-
board members hear that in clarity, just for make sure we have the language correct on that.
Yeah, so it's 30% opaque or solid, so it's blocking 30% of the light that would travel through
Okay,
it.
and that's
So that's why we're
70%
calling,
open.
correct, yes.
Okay, so that would comply. So you don't need a variance for the fence.
Also, Madam Chair, what I'd like to do, could you guys identify this as the sample that you brought to that meeting, and that's what's out there right now?
Yes, correct.
Okay, I think you should put that as an exhibit to go in the zoning folder at the town hall, so we know what's supposed to be up there.
That is comparable to what was installed as basis of design. I would just say it's slightly different than that, but it's comparable to what was installed. I mean, we can have manufacturer specifications that our construction team can provide, but my understanding is that is a
That's
basis of
fine.
design.
That'll do it. The issue is when eventually this thing is in the sun too long, is in the wind too long, and it falls apart, and something gets replaced, the town can say, yup, that's what we had last time.
It's a comparable product, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you'll provide design specifications.
If you need some vendors, I would just use that as the prescriptive sample. That or similar
So let's
to.
mark it as
A
A2.
sample of the screen.
Yeah, just send whatever the order sheet
Yes,
from
sir.
it or something, so we
Yes,
know
sir.
what's up there.
But that can go on as an exhibit.
Okay.
Well, we don't
Do you want me to
people
actually
send
mark it?
Perpetual light. Someone's got cinder light.
That or similar to. Yes, sir.
Any other questions? I'm sorry, Mr. O'Neill?
One other question, Joe, did he pay up for the affordable housing?
They paid all this.
Yes, sir. We finalized that, yes, sir, with the tax assessor.
So what are we approving tonight?
So the
Lighting.
An amendment to the lighting plan.
Amendment to the lighting plan, Mr. Johnson said.
Right, Mr. Amendments? That's it, right?
Sorry?
That's it, right? Amendment to the lighting plan.
Amended lighting plan.
So that point one doesn't,
Well, again, the board's, if they, and again, I'm just going by what we've been doing so far. When the light leaves the property, it's acknowledged, and if relief is granted, relief is granted.
Okay.
I mean, does that necessarily mean that the light is from them?
How do you know it's not Smith Road?
Or
No,
even like?
because this, as Mr. McGuire said, the numbers on this plan are only from Topgolf.
Okay.
Correct.
I think common sense has to reign.
So I think the board has acknowledged that there is some light leaving the property as depicted on A1. And I think the board can, if they want to, can act favorably with respect to that site plan.
Great.
Yeah, because again, I'm not objecting to the light crossing the line in this project, but I may in the next one.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's bright.
Okay.
Mr. O'Neill, you finished with the testimony of your
We have
witnesses?
another question.
Gentlemen, you mentioned NJDOT somewhere in your testimony.
Yeah, there's a minimum standard, maybe Ms. McGuire can speak to this, a minimum standard that the DOT sets for just kind of lighting along the roadway. So I think what we are under that .5, which is that the minimum standard on the DOT? You can specify that based on New Jersey standards.
So they actually typically set a maximum, and it's usually around .2 or .3 for access, vehicular access. They usually have their own, light poles. We did get the plan approved at .3 and .2, which this plan is showing the same illumination.
Okay, could you send that approval in?
Yes.
Thank you.
Great.
Mr. O'Neill?
Miss,
Yes.
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, no. Have any questions?
Ms. McGuire, the date prepared today, right? Is that right?
Yes.
June 17th?
Today,
Yeah.
2026. We will update
So
that.
this is for my learning, so please enlighten me. So, when was that prepared? If it is today, then roughly timing?
The time today it was
Yeah.
prepared?
What is it? The reason why I'm asking.
2 p.m.
-ish? 2 p.m., thank you. So the reason why I'm asking is does this test has to be in the nighttime or?
Oh, she did it last night.
Test was done last night.
She prepared the chart today.
Okay.
Yeah,
You were out there with your meter last night, right?
I was, yes.
Okay.
But this is through a software that models. What's helpful is I was out there last night with the light meter
Okay.
to make sure that those illumination levels matched
Thank you.
what our model system
Thank you,
was
thank you.
showing.
So test results are from last night, report prepared today 2 p.m.
Yeah. And just for the board's information, I was also out there last night, and with respect to my comment 8, A through D about those conditions, I did not see them, I could see the lights from those positions, but I did not find them distracting.
Yeah.
100%.
Excellent.
Questions?
All
Mr.
done?
O'Neill?
Yep.
I'm just gonna rely on the testimony as presented.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Any
No.
questions from the audience? I see none, hear none, whether you're opposed to it or not opposed to it. Someone-
Sure will.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to say that you guys have really worked with us. We had tons of questions all throughout this case, and the ability to go out there last night, we appreciate you guys for getting it ready for us, because sometimes people forget. But I think what you've done is a huge help to the neighborhood. I think the lighting from other businesses around is much more impactful outside of your area. And I'm going to be voting in favor of it.
Okay.
All right, application 26:25, Sri Parsippany Developers LLC, 1259 to 1269 Route 46, Block 729, Lot 602, Zone 03, variance to approve preliminary and final major site plan with C variance to modify previously approved lighting plan.
Second, Jaskowitz.
DeCruz?
Yes.
Jaskowitz?
Yes.
Mazzarella?
Yes.
Modey?
Yes.
Neglia?
Yes.
Scarpati?
Yes.
Ready?
Yes.
Grignani?
Yes.
That's with all the conditions discussed, correct?
Yes, my apologies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Play ball.
Yes.
Thank you all. Hope to see everybody out at the grand opening in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do you have to, what do we have to do with this last case?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I need a motion to.
You need to call it, just for the record, you need to call it again. Just to
Okay.
make sure he's not here.
Application 25:56, Michael Gatus, 11 Warrior Way, Block 626, Lot 10.05, Zone R3. A C variance to construct a detached garage with driveway expansion contrary to Section 430-35, columns 10 and 13. The gentleman is not here.
And it's my understanding, based upon the information that's in the file, that this was adjourned at Mr. Gotuz's request, and that Mr. Gotuz was advised of tonight's hearing date. Is that correct, Ms. Jolie?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So, I think you should request a motion to dismiss Mr. Gotuz's application for his failure to appear. You can always reapply.
Motion to dismiss.
Second, third.
All in favor?
Aye, aye.
Motion to adjourn, plee
Motion to adjourn.
Aye.
Aye.
Good night.
Nay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, you know what?
It's really,
Christopher, my he has younger family.
Am I being? A little late. Yes, no, you have questions to ask.
No, it's actually.
Yeah, and not only that, you also got an attaboy from Mr. Mazzarelli and the other gentleman when you asked one of the questions earlier.
Attaboy.
You got an attaboy.
I was surprised.
You got an attaboy.